What's up, everyone? Tiki here. Before we get into the show, I need to ask you guys for a quick favor. Please take a minute to give us a review on any platform you listen to the show on, especially iTunes. Please, guys. It really goes a long way, and it helps to keep the lights on. Seriously, guys, thank you for that. I can't say it any other way. It's a massive help for the show. All right, that's it. Let's get into the show.
Legends, Maradona, Pele, all that shit.
Yeah.
Goal TV, man. Let me check this out.
Goal TV was classic, man.
Who fell that?
That's where I first found my boy, my Scottish boy, commentator, Ray Hudson.
He should have died with Goal TV, man. Just faded to black.
Nah, man, that guy will live forever.
Dude, I was watching the Real Madrid game today. I had to mute it.
Stop.
Couldn't take this.
No, stop.
I can't take this.
He's the best in the industry at what he does.
They launched Goal TV.
Who, would you rather have Joe Buck?
Dude, he
Joe
just tries too hard. You know what I'd rather have? What's his name? No, I'd rather have the NBC guys. Graham Lasso, a little Lee Dixon in there.
Winter.
A little Arlo.
I'd rather have Men in Blazers.
Please, man.
Men
in Blazers.
That'd be awesome.
Give me those guys.
Not this guy who's around the whole time.
Dude, literally,
awesome.
he has a sheet before every game, and he's just studying these silly things to say. It was cool when it was organic. I didn't mind it. Now it's like a gimmick, and I hate
it. It is
gimmick.
organic.
It's not organic, bro.
My man is studying, coming up with new lines every week.
That's my point. That's not organic.
What other
if you're studying, that's not organic.
Do you not like stand-up comedy then?
I don't like stand-up comedy while I'm watching a soccer game. I love stand-up comedy. Has its place.
Bro,
but it's not organic.
That's the thing. He
but
loves the game so much. He loves the players so much. That's how he expresses it.
It's the best of two worlds.
Yeah, Ray
But
Hudson's a
look,
man.
if it was genuine, I would love it.
You think he's being fake?
Dude, I think
the way
he's
he
putting
shits
on a
on
show.
film?
I think he enjoys it, but I think he's putting on a show.
Well,
Like,
it's color commentary. You got to
There's
color.
but there's too much color.
He's using
dude.
neon out here.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro.
Calm
Please,
down,
neon.
bro.
He's bright. He's like a sun.
How was everyone St. Patty's Day weekend?
Did all right.
Well, I mean, I guess it was good.
I think Hussy
with
just
that
summed
burp.
it up with that.
Yeah. I'm starting my weekend.
Now?
Nah, I had like 3 beers yesterday.
Hussy wasn't
Let me get one.
enough of a man to come out last night.
2 in the afternoon.
2 in the
You about to
bush.
say 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
Two during in between games, and then I had 1 beer after I finished up with the games last night. Well, actually, I finished up with Al.
Bro,
Yo,
rough
by
night.
the way, Goal
Anybody else?
TV launched 2003. Still current, still relevant.
What?
They showcase Portuguese,
That'd be good.
the Portuguese Liga,
Oh, they lost the rights, huh?
Scottish Cup,
Oh.
Coppa Italia,
Dude, they
Super
lost all
Coppa
the money
Italia,
rights.
former programs, La Liga, 04 to 2012, Copa del Rey, Dutch Eredivisie, UEFA Europa League,
Dude, if they,
Bundesliga. They lost everything.
Strip.
So they're still relevant, man, but they got nothing.
they just got outbid, dude. They got outbid by NBC when
In
NBC
the end.
realized there's money in there. I think Fox was the first one to start crippling them. That's why they had to go get like the Spanish
Fox
La
was
Liga.
horrible.
Fox was so bad for
Amateur hour.
EPL. Oh my God! Remember Fox?
They had the
Soccer?
highlights, though. Hey, they had the highlights, so I watched.
FSC?
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Fox
yeah.
Soccer
Dude,
with the gold emblem or whatever.
They basically took that cast of that crew and they just shifted to BN Sports.
and that's
What's
why
his
I don't
name?
watch Beard, dude.
Oh, come on, man. You got to stop hating.
Yeah.
BN's the
can't.
shit.
Nah, man, it's not clean. Like I dig.
They got Christian Vieri on there. They got
No.
they got
The
Ray
pundits.
Hudson.
No. The pundits.
They got,
the pundits is
South
great.
African dude.
Yeah,
used to play for Man United.
Bailey.
Yeah.
Gary Bailey, the
Yeah,
goalkeeper.
man.
No. The pundits are fantastic. They know what they're doing.
Except
They
for
have
Phil.
one commentator who's a weirdo. Phil's
fat as shit. What are you doing, bro? You should not be in that
Look,
seat.
I don't know if we got to take personal shots at
No,
Phil.
we do, because the voice does not match the body shape at all. I was like, wow, man, this dude's got a hell of a voice. It's gonna be great. And then he's just like, he's the fat boy in the room.
All right, man.
BN Sports launched 2012. Coincidence? Goal TV?
What happened to Gold TV? What do you
Well,
mean?
Goal TV lost all their rights in 2012.
Yeah,
Or being
they got
launched in
outbid by the.
2012,
I think BN's also Middle East backing, right?
Middle
not
East and North
mistaken.
Africa.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than being the fat guy in the room. Huss.
Explain to us.
Fat Huss?
Fat Huss is back.
Shots.
Thick boned.
Thick bone.
Thick bone.
Big
Huss.
boned.
Speaking of thick bone,
That is not true at all.
let's get into it.
beer.
We're talking Premier League Matchday 31, PFC 233. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Liverpool 5, Watford 0. My word. Mo Salah. Salah FC.
Salah.
Are you ready?
Oh,
Salah
money.
FC.
I already told you. No, it's not Salah FC. It's Henderson FC. I mean, the Chan injury might be a blessing in disguise. Jordan Henderson's gonna have to stop playing again. No, honestly, dude, watching Salah is look. As much as we talked about Suarez a few years back when he was scoring all those goals, it was fun to watch, at least from a Liverpool fan perspective. But it was just amazing the type of goals he scored. Right now, watching Salah, it really is magic. We talk about Cristiano playing the Premier League, going to Spain. Then we talk about Messi never ever coming to Premier League. So we don't know how many of those goals could Messi score in Premier League. It's a little bit more rough and tough.
I think we're seeing it now.
But at the same time, Salah, that first goal, things are just falling into place for him. Look, it's not just luck. He's putting himself in good positions, but the way he's falling down, able to find his balance just for a quick shot.
Bro,
This guy.
he basically ended Britos' career.
Oh my
Him
god.
and
Looked like
Going to
Boateng.
Boateng.
Exactly.
yeah,
Remember when
yeah.
Messi put him in the coffin?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
bro. The little inside, outside. Oh,
It was
my
just
God.
worse because Britos, you could see it pained him. Like, as he fell, I was like, damn, YouTube.
His head, the little
Yeah.
snap.
Like,
Like,
snap back, dude.
Man, that third goal I think was the
brutal.
most special. Because he had 4 guys trying to get the ball off him. Made all 4 go the wrong way. Would have been a penalty if he didn't get the shot off because he got tackled. That 4th goal, though, man. His
Dude,
third
to
goal.
tap it, to take that little light tap with your plant foot, to put it under your left foot and hit it going down.
It was
Well,
beautiful,
that
man.
first goal with
This
Britos.
guy should win, obviously, Player of the Year for the Premier League. I don't care. Kevin De Bruyne.
Dude, hands
I
down.
don't care.
Hands down.
You know, but I think even on the larger stage, he's got to be top 3 come next year. If he keeps this form up past into next fall, you know.
Dude, if he has a
Obviously-
World Cup, if he takes, like, Egypt to, like, the quarters or maybe even the semis.
Are Egypt in there?
Yeah. Egypt got
He
in there
got
last
him there.
minute. He got him
With
in
the
there,
penalty.
like, on the last day, the last game, dude.
He scored a penalty.
I was gonna say, I didn't know if they were gonna be
scored as
there.
well.
Who?
Elneny.
Oh, forget
Yeah,
him.
no.
Where's he
Arsenal FC.
He's got
Look,
he's
that's
got to be in the
still
Ballon
in the
d'Or
That's still-
conversation, though.
When
Go ahead.
Britos
Yeah,
fell,
I was saying he's gonna be in the Ballon d'Or conversation next year, depending how the World Cup.
Dude, he has to be. I mean, he has to be. Whether he'll win it, probably not, because Messi and
Well, at least
Ronaldo are
top 3.
still alive.
He's got to be in there.
but also
somewhere.
depends
I
because
don't
Neymar
know, man.
Neymar got
That's
hurt, so
tough.
it depends on how well he comes back. Whether
Look,
Man, Harry Kane's had a year.
yeah,
that too. But
Harry
but
Kane.
but
He's
who's
outscored Messi and Ronaldo.
but that's 2017 calendar year for sure, absolutely. Harry Kane's a beast, but this dude has now outscored Harry Kane this year. You know what I mean? Just not this year, this season.
2018?
Sorry, this
Okay,
season,
this
this season.
and with Harry Kane being out for another month,
And Harry Kane's out. This guy might get 40 goals in his first year at Liverpool, bro. That's Cristiano
insane.
Ronaldo
As a
now.
winger, that's absolutely insane.
It's crazy.
with that first goal with Britos falling, that reminded me of when Messi took on.
You really gonna do this? Really gonna do this? Boateng?
Yeah, you read my mind, man.
Dude, because we just talked about it
Yeah,
fucking
I-
5 minutes
All
ago.
three of us
Yeah.
did.
All
Yeah,
three of
all
us.
I know, but I'm bringing it back.
Where
I'm bringing. I was in Salah land,
Hey, that's
dude. When it comes down to it, look, there's been
Oh,
there's been characteristics saying saying the similarities between Messi and Salah. I don't want those similarities yet because we saw Messi do it for 10, 11 years or so. Oh no,
Look, I'll say this, man.
about 10 years. But at the same time, it's one season. I don't want people getting too worked up about it. But right now, the stars are aligning, and we could be seeing
This is
play just
this is how we
unfolding.
have to judge players. We have to judge them on a yearly or seasonal basis to see
That's
who's
it.
the best in the world. Now, obviously, you can try to do it within a vacuum, but then it becomes about career stats and all that. But we have to judge players on the year that they're having, who's top 10. So for me, it constantly fluctuates, and
And it
Salah's
fluctuates-
easily in the top 10 right now.
And it fluctuates, obviously a guy like Messi, it fluctuates more slightly than it would, let's say, a guy who's having a hot year, Harry Kane.
Yeah.
So like
100%.
he if he takes 5 games off, he drops further than if Messi took 5 games off.
because he's
So
proven. Messi.
exactly. I think the comparison with Messi, Huss, is not necessarily the actual comparison of like skill to skill versus Messi, but it's those jinking runs. He's a very slight player.
Left
The
foot.
way he left-footed, the way he runs, he looks like Messi. Like physically, like just so quick. Those tiny little steps,
Muslim Messi.
constant cutting.
And his style of goals are like Messi. He's not, shooting from 30 yards out. He's not winning power header CR7 style.
Dribble into the 12-yard box and then place it.
That's it. He's little jig. Exactly. Force him right.
He'll go right. He'll go right and still score.
Dude, they forced him right today. They forced him right. Proto and Britos try to force him right by, closing his left. He's like, all right, I'll take right. Just broke a guy's ankles and slotted it in.
Britos,
so
you should retire.
That's Messi style goal. I see the comparison. I'm not getting carried away saying that he is actually like Messi, but the style of play is Messi-esque in the small little touches, the
4
dribbling.
4 goals and an assist, bro.
How is this not
Who
Salah?
does that?
He wasn't
FC?
even trying.
Who does that?
How is this not Salah?
I
FC?
already told you. It's Henderson.
He made those 5 goals.
Henderson
happen.
FC. So, look, when it comes down to it, Liverpool fans should be not so much nervous this year. The following summer, maybe.
Yeah.
But at
Summer
the same
2019.
But at the same time, Salah's already come out and says that he loves playing under Klopp, and
So
he
did
loves the
Coutinho.
fact loves not as much as
Dude,
Salah.
when they were holding,
Yeah.
when Klopp came in and they were hugging,
I
and there
recall
was hug mode,
Huss
and he
saying
was
the
like,
same
"This is
thing
my
about
best."
Coutinho,
Okay,
too.
fine,
Like,
fine,
oh, no,
fine.
not
Fine.
this summer. He's not
Coutinho
leaving
stayed for like 5 years. Fine. Salah stayed for 5 years. But I'm happy with that. But the real thing is, we'll get into it later. It's how Liverpool does in Champions League versus City. If they are able to get past City, that is saying that's straight up statement to the world saying Liverpool's here. Come to us.
Time to take him serious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're the only team-
except they got slapped by 5 goals early in the
With
season.
10 men. With 10 men.
But then they're
And
the
then
only
they
team
beat
to
him.
beat
And then they beat him
The
with
only
11
team to
men.
beat City,
bro.
dude. This is a
So
real
they
matchup.
know.
This
City's
is a real
a little nervous
I was-
about this.
I
because
was-
you're familiar. They're familiar with each
I was
other.
hoping for Sevilla, even though that they're a very decorated
they're giant
club in the
killers.
last 7 years.
Giant
But
Beasts of
They're
London.
a force to be reckoned with.
Small
I mean,
club
many of those
killers.
players could be playing for United right now. But as Jose said, but it was a little. It's not. Look, I think City is middle of the pack right there. It's not unfortunate to get them, but they could have got a better match,
For sure,
like
man.
Roma or
Yeah,
Sevilla.
we'll
but
get into
at
it.
least they didn't get Madrid or something.
We'll get into it. So Liverpool 5-0. Absolutely doing work in this game. Salah showing why he's so valuable. I
I
feel
must
like
mention Mane's passing was excellent this game as well.
yeah,
Can't
man.
give
He's
him that
not
much time on the ball.
He's not getting a lot of numbers behind his play, but he's there supporting, man, and he's trying and he's causing double teams. He's attracting double teams, which opens up Firmino. Oh, before we move over.
What?
Oh, yo.
Before we go, what? Quick
Firmino
episode right
goal,
there.
though.
Liverpool done. Let's go. Let's go. Let's shut it down.
Yeah,
The
no, the
Firmino
Firmino goal.
Oh, I was just gonna bring
assisted by Salah. He's got 28 league starts in the Prem, 28 goals, 9 assists.
It's silly.
And he's so unselfish, though. I mean, the ball he played into the other dude up top for you, Hussy, the striker there.
Firmino.
What? The other dude that plays up top.
Ings who came on, like unselfish pass to him, another unselfish pass to Firmino. With
You guys decided to buy in on Firmino?
He went for the heel flick.
What are you
but
talking
It was
about?
like an under the it was like a hamstring flick.
Yeah, look,
goal.
I think the flick he was lucky. It came
It was the
off
best
his
he could do,
calf,
though. Like,
but it was intentional.
That's what he was going for.
Yeah, he was
Like,
going for it.
the
He
flick.
scuffed it. It's kind of like hitting the glass on in the NBA when you're shooting. Like it goes in. You weren't aiming for glass, but a goal's a goal. We know Firmino's got that in his locker. I give him credit for that goal.
Still say Mitsubishi's was better.
Yeah.
We'll get into
Forget
that
him.
one, too.
But Tom, on your point with Mane's passing,
I
that
won't
was something.
forget him.
That's actually what Klopp said, because they came right after Klopp saying, "Oh, what about Salah? This and that." He goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Let's not forget about Sadio's passing, because his passing was on
Even
point."
Robinson with that first time whip.
And
of a
you know
cross.
what? As much as when we were saying at the beginning of the year, like, "Oh, Mane might be jealous," Salah's take. I think Mane's he's finding his place now.
I think
He'll get some goals. He'll get some assists. He's not the number one target, but he has a lot of ability. He's one of the top players.
It's peanut butter
obviously.
and jelly, peanut butter and jam.
Yeah.
For those out there, you need both of them in the squad for both of them to reach their maximum level. If one of them's out, you can really game plan on either one of them and slow Liverpool's attack down.
for sure.
Too much Liverpool talk.
Liverpool sits in third.
No. Let's talk about the Ox then.
Liverpool sits in third, 63 points, 2 points behind United, but United have a game in hand. We'll see how that goes. In the rest of the EPL action, kind of some bum time games here. We're talking Bournemouth 2, West Brom 1. West Brom goes up 1 early here. Looks like they got a rescue attempt going, but they end up going down 2 without a response. They lose 2-1.
I mean,
Is it official?
Yeah,
I was thinking today, dude. I was looking at the board and everything. It's tough 8 games left or 7 games left. Excuse me.
For West Brom, yeah. Some teams have 8 games left
to save the season. And I was looking at the table, man. I don't see. There's no hope. Hussey was saying earlier that the players have given up.
They have.
It's sad to watch this West Brom.
They're 9 points from safety, and this was a game that they could have easily taken. 10. Oh yeah, you're right. Not 10 points from safety. This is a game that easily could have taken a point out of. They had the lead. Go for the draw.
Absolutely.
The fact that they lost all points entirely is awful. It's woeful. I consider them relegated.
Yeah.
Look, there's a couple times. This is a good season to look at managerial changes, because when we say, "Oh, it's too soon to get rid of a manager," "Oh, give him some more time," we saw the difference in Everton. Big Sam got Everton out, but we also saw the difference with Tony Pulis leaving, where West Brom just started sinking and sinking.
That's
Just,
right.
and
I'm
just
so
like
glad you
Stoke.
brought him
Just
up.
like Stoke.
Yeah, that's what you get. West Brom deserved to go down, man. And I told you about like how they did Berahino. I never liked how they did him. I understand the kid was out of line, but to kill his career, or to try kill his career, purposefully benching him, not playing him, then you get rid of Tony Pulis.
That's the main thing with me.
Overly ambitious.
Yeah, exactly, overly ambitious. And I don't blame them for being ambitious, but this man, he knew he kept you in the league. And if there was ever going to be a year to play it safe, this was the year, because of the amount of TV revenue and money that's in the EPL.
For sure.
But look at the Swansea. Out of relegation. Who else was it? Watford that got rid of the manager. They're sitting in 11th. And then you look at West Ham and Stoke and West Brom and Southampton now. But I mean, it's really a 50-50. It's a flip of a coin when you're changing these managers. So sometimes when you have a manager like Tony Pulis, you can think back and say you shouldn't have got rid of him because he's never been relegated.
You know where West Brom finished last season?
Where?
9th or something?
10th.
10th? Okay.
Close, but yeah.
They wanted that Europa spot.
No, I mean, they finished in 10th place. That's a great finish.
Solid for a West Brom team, absolutely, man. And like Tom was saying, with the TV rights, you're getting $100 million minimum for the year, or for I'm not sure how long the this round of money goes on for, but either way, it's $100 million. This was the year to kind of play that park the bus kind of system, try to scrap games. 1-0, 2-1 here, but make sure you're not giving up goals, and they went away from that.
Go down swinging, man. Like, if Bournemouth would have ever get rid of Eddie Howe, like, then I'm like, okay, Cherries, like, you deserve to go down. This man has helped you build up the style of play,
you promoted
the
back
philosophy.
to back.
He's helped bring you up to the top level, and now you get rid of him. So, just to harper a little bit more on Bournemouth, I thought Stanislas was brilliant this game, man. This guy's got something about him. Amazing free kick that he was able to shirl in there. And your boy, Jordan Ibe, Huss, old Liverpool guy.
Yeah, I just got rid of him, too, for that. Hey, look, I made the right move, I think, obviously because I got the most points in fantasy this week.
I wasn't asking about
but
fantasy.
at the same time, I just got rid of him.
Yeah.
Because I got rid of Jordan Ibe because he was on my team, and I got rid of him.
With EPL review.
Okay, no, he did good.
Thank you.
We're not talking about fantasy. I don't want to talk about. Look, he's a streaky type of player. That's why he can't be in Liverpool, because he's inconsistent. Because originally when Sterling left, there's a lot of people, including myself, that said Ibe has a lot of potential, and he does. But the thing is, he would show up one game, do a couple moves, he'd go down the line, cross it, it'd be a fantastic assist. But fantastic. But then he would disappear for 4, 5, 6, 7 matches in a row.
Even this game, he got a little bit lucky. I thought this was an error by Foster. I mean, the ball just kind of went through his hands. I thought this was a routine EPL goalie save. Just parry it away. Good power on the shot. And I thought this goal should have counted as an error against Ben Foster. Yeah,
he's slipped a long ways, man. In a year where you need a Pickford-esque performance, he hasn't quite been there. I remember when he was, they were talking about him potentially being in the English setup, a few years ago.
Man got no feet.
And this is what scares me when I see links of Liverpool going for Butland with Stoke. Yeah. This is the type of player. Foster and Butland, I mean, look, I know Butland's better than Foster, but not that much in my mind where Butland could have this type of year next year. And if someone doesn't come buying Butland, he's playing in the championship.
He's young. That's the thing with Jack Butland. So he's got more time.
I'd rather
Foster was young too, remember, at some point.
At Man United,
there were discussions about him going to England. So Huss is saying similarly to that, he feels that Butland will most likely pan out to be a Foster.
Well, last week
didn't,
Last week Butland had that mess up.
I think he'll be
last week or 2 weeks ago, Butland had that near post mess up as well. So I mean, it is what it is. I'd rather spend extra money. Look,
go Liverpool's man. Go to Germany.
They're so close.
Get a German goal.
So close to the money. Don't go Leno. Or go for Allison. Go for Oblak.
Or Ter Stegen.
You're so close.
Absolutely.
Now's the time because you don't know how long you're gonna have Salah for.
You don't gamble with goalies.
No.
Yeah,
that's not the position you gamble on.
Maybe buy Butland for as an understudy.
But you already have Karius. And Butland's rated at £40 million from a relegated team.
I would not. Yeah.
No.
That's not the dude.
No, he should be priced at like 20 right now, and that's high. Remember 3 years ago, high for a keeper was 16,
20. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all changed, man. It's all changed. Bournemouth rescues all 3 points. They sit in 10th, 36 points, about 4 points away from quote-unquote safety, which is the 40-point magical number. So their season looks to be safe. Huddersfield 0, Crystal Palace 2. Crystal Palace, Al's boys.
I believe I can fly.
These
I
are
believe
after
I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away.
Easy, I got it.
With that fiddle in there.
With that voice, I wish you were hiding in the closet.
You have some raspy emotion.
I'm in the closet.
No, I said I wish you were hiding in the closet with that voice.
Okay, I see. When you come out of your closet, we'll talk about.
Why would I come out? It's nice and cozy in there. I'm cool staying in there.
Man, these Eagles, dude. These Eagles.
Fly.
This whole their history in the Prem, man, is always it always fluctuates, man. They're up there, they're relegated, they're promoted, relegated, promoted. So if they got relegated again, it wouldn't be a problem. They'd be right back up in a couple of years. But
resilience, though. That's the number one word when I think of Crystal Palace, resilience. Because they always find themselves in a relegation battle. And for the last few years, at least, we see them just crawling their way out of it.
You know what happens?
And by
Willie Zaha gets hurt, and then they get into a relegation battle, and then he comes back healthy, and then they start winning again. That's what happens. That's the story of Crystal Palace in the last 3 years.
Zaha, you can't game plan for this kid.
You can't. Zaha drew 3 yellow cards in that game, dude, against Huddersfield. 3 damn yellow cards.
They had the most penalties in the league, right?
Yeah.
Should have picked up Milivojevic, dog. I knew it. Fuck.
Milo's out there doing work, dude. Breaking
had him on fantasy
records.
So I told you guys about this guy. I still have him.
All right, cool.
I had Tompkins too. Goal and a clean sheet.
Me too.
Suck it.
Almost 2 goals.
Almost 2 goals.
That was a goal line clearance.
That was. I would have loved the extra goal.
And if you guys think this was some kind of lucky Palace win, Hudders didn't have a shot on target until the 80th minute in this game. So Palace, very organized. I actually watched this entire game.
As well, you should have.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just want to see what Willie's gonna do. Like when there's a special talent like him playing,
bro.
I'm always curious to see what he's gonna do. Like I said, drew 3 yellow cards.
Dude,
this dude must be. I haven't looked up the stat. He must be the most foul player in the EPL this year.
Oh, for sure. Even though he's missed a whole gang of games, but even you take him out of the side, man. This Palace culture, the Crystal Palace fans, the Crystal Palace style of play, they give everything, man. They leave everything on the field. I hate another shit expression. But they'll hound you, man. They've beaten Chelsea. They should have beat Man City this year. They give everyone a run for their money, man.
Sure,
they give United.
We started last year.
They give United a hard time. Last year saw the same thing. Mm-hmm. But that's who this club is. Everyone's worried about the relegation with under De Boer when he came in. But complete turnaround for the season.
I think Palace needs a new striker. Like there was,
there
was a game. I mean, not a game. There was
Solanke, dude. That's the dude.
Maybe, but there was a point in this game.
Not Solanke, sorry.
Where
that's
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Whoever it may be, I think they need a new, more dynamic striker who can actually run at a defense. There was a point in this game where Benteke, he was just kind of drifting towards right. It's a 2-on-2. I believe it was Zaha drawing the other defender away. He had the opportunity to run at the defender. He just keeps dribbling wide. Eventually makes a poor decision, passes the ball too late. Benteke is an old school center forward. And nowadays, guys like Giroud, Benteke, I think guys like that are beginning to die out. There'll always be a use for them because of their size, but in terms of top strikers, you have to be able to run at a defender.
I think the unfortunate, it wasn't even a mistake, but the unfortunate position they found themselves in, I think Benteke would have been doing work with at least 10 to 15 goals if Bolasie was still there. Bolasie healthy.
I was just going to bring up Bolasie.
Because
I need that guy there.
You got Zaha drawing fouls and double teams one side. You got Balassi on the other side doing the same thing, except you can't foul him because he's so strong.
So strong.
They would have just whipped the ball into Benteke all day, and he would have just
Townsend's
finished.
been doing pretty well, though, too.
Yeah, Townsend does well when Zaha's there because it opens up the game for him a little bit
Salah
more.
Mane effect.
Look, I'm not going to disrespect Mane, but I know what you're saying,
You know
like
what I'm
a bit
saying?
of a shadow.
When both of them play, then they're better. That's what I
Exactly,
mean.
they're better together than apart. Townsend he's fine, man. I'm not gonna shit on him. I think he's exactly where he should be. He does work. I hate that when Zaha doesn't do work, Townsend naps. That's what drives me crazy about him. But
Because he's not the number one dude.
Yeah,
He's
that's
just
it.
not.
And it makes me mad because it's like, dude, you got ability, you got shirls in your boots, but when he tries, he
Couldn't work
just
out at
can't do
Spurs.
it. Yeah.
Dude, I was very impressed with Sacco this game. I mean, I know this dude's awkward on the ball, but his defending, he's a good defender.
How many
bro.
opportunities, even early in the game, when he tried to do that cross-field pass, and
He's raw with the ball at his feet.
Who's
dude,
this?
He's
He's not a
Sacco, bro. He's
Oh.
such a lot. Defensively, I agree, man.
good defensively, bro.
Absolutely.
He's just not a ball playing.
But when you're in a
center back.
relegation battle, you don't want a defender who's going to be giving up, cheap goals because he can't make a 10-yard pass.
But-
That's what scares me. But the recovery is great.
he'll make
I can't shit on
that
that.
goal-saving tackle too. It's just
Yeah.
give and take, man. Give and take.
Look,
Mad
same,
awkward on
same
the
thing
ball,
with
bro.
what's your boy's name now? Milichovic.
It's called Milo.
Okay, Milo.
Luka,
if he
Luka,
can become consistent, he's going to be a force in this league. He had that free kick, top right, just missed.
Define force.
Yeah.
As in, he's going.
Patrick
if
Vieira.
he no. I mean, for a Crystal Palace type of team, he's going to be keeping this team up.
Who's going to be better, him or Pascal?
Chimbanda? Who?
No,
No,
different
gross.
positions. Different
Oh,
positions.
No, but I know. But when you say
If I choose
a
one right now,
beast.
if I had to choose right now, I'd take Pascal.
The only reason I'm giving you a hard time about Milo is that I think without the PK's stats, I think we wouldn't really know too much about him. He's important to Palace. There's no
He's a
doubt.
poor man's Tony
Yeah.
Cruz. I'm saying that he spreads the ball. He's supposed to be
You
spraying
know
the
who
ball.
he is, dude? He's
That-
that
that's his
Asian
job.
dude from Swansea. What's that dude's
Key,
name? Yes,
Keyson.
They're the same
what's his name?
dude, except he takes PKs. That's how I see him. He gets his cards.
Yeah,
but he
like he
takes
does. He
PKs.
does well for Palace, but I don't see him upgrading from Palace.
No, I don't
He's a
see him
better
upgrading.
dude.
And I see him losing. Yeah, I
So
see him
gassed.
losing his job as soon as Palace secures his 100 milli. MacArthur used to be that dude for them, MacArthur's
Yeah.
kind of taking a nap this year. I see Milo and MacArthur in the same neighborhood. Maybe Milo this year is better, more consistent, but this. It's
not going to be a force. I'll tell you that.
I'm not talking.
see
I'm
a
not talking
squad
about
player.
top 4. I'm not talking about top 6. I'm talking about Palace. This is the type of player that Palace needs. He's
But unless-
26 years old at now,
Dude, but
so he's not going to go anywhere. But if he can become as consistent, he could be what Kabay gave him. Not so much the not so much
Unless
the
there's a
creativity.
PK.
Not so much the creativity, but
Impact.
He's
You're
an
saying
impact
impact?
player, as in he can hold down the middle and pass the ball out or give it to the creative player, and he's a good player for the next 3 years for them.
I just think he's a solid blue collar type of guy. Nothing
That's fine,
special.
but if he's consistent though, because I feel like there's multiple games that he just disappears.
That's what I'm
100%.
saying.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
like
Where if
he's-
he becomes consistent, we'll start saying his name a lot more. As in, not in the same sentence, but
No,
saying
I know
like
what
a
you're
Conte
saying.
role where it was all over the place, looking at tackles. He's a threat in the air, in the middle. He wins aerial duels. He had 5 that game. That's rare to see for a midfielder to win all those.
Look, I'm not gonna shit on him. He does work for Palace, so we'll see how it plays out. But that leaves Palace
He had
out
6
of the
tackles in the game.
Yeah, look, hey Huss, you might be onto something, man. This is not a science, so I'm
Quick
not gonna
word,
battle you too hard.
What you got to say about your boy Pritchard?
Dude, I love Pritchard.
Yeah.
I love Pritchard, man. Did you watch
Yeah.
you saw him juggling in a
man.
circle?
Yeah, man. He just like juggling.
Dude, I was so pissed when Tottenham sold him because I was like, he's essentially Harry Winks without the swagger. Harry Winks clearly has swag. He's way ahead of Pritchard. Pritchard's more scrappy,
keeps
fighting
it like
in there.
so professionally simple.
Harry Winks is like clean shorts, like very clean player.
Scott Parker type is what he reminds
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like you don't know his influence until he's missing. You're like, oh shit.
And you know what? If Palace stay up, number one place they need to improve is left midfield. Schlupp starting left midfield.
Stop
Get out of here.
hating,
Jeffrey.
bro.
Get outta here.
He's a worker,
Bro.
bro.
It was like central mid kind of.
No, you can be on the bench. You can come off the bench, but They need an upgrade there.
Nah.
He's not a left
I'll tell
midfielder.
you who. Milijovic. That's what they need an upgrade.
Yeah, get
saying.
out of
Taking
here.
shots at my boy.
Stop that.
Take shots at yours.
Stop that.
Silent hero for Palace this year when Willie's been down. I know you guys will harp on him a lot, but Andros Townsend. I mean, he always brings the energy, always brings the work rate, never gives up.
That he definitely
and
does.
he epitomizes the side very well. And I think
Set pieces.
when you have set pieces, anything really. I mean, everything he doesn't excel at everything, but when he's in the team, you know what you're going to get from him, and you pair him with Willie Zaha, Benteke. They lived on the counterattack this game, and they destroyed on it. And that's how they go for the big boys, counterattack.
For sure.
But
Bro,
Andros Townsend.
Is there anything like more motivational than having those like Crystal Palace cheerleaders on the sideline?
Oh, beautiful.
Just like you can't let them down. Like you got to put in the extra effort.
I wonder if they have a rule like the NFL teams, like players can't fraternize with the cheerleaders.
Yeah, okay.
What is this, a no-fun league, bro? Crystal Palace safely outside of relegation for now. You got two teams below them, West Ham and Southampton, both with a game in hand. They're sitting on 30 and 28 points consecutively. Huddersfield, 31 points. This was a game for Huddersfield to put some room between them and the relegation zone. Dude, they're still right in there. If Southampton wins their makeup game for Matchday 31, they're tied on points with Hudders. So very dangerous position for Huddersfield to be in. Disappointing for them to drop 3 points, but Palace showing that fight, man. Trying to prove me wrong in my predictions.
Yeah, man.
Gotta have faith, man.
Stoke City 1, Everton 2. Charlie goddamn Adam.
It's a game of snow. I got to be honest, man.
Snowball.
Martin Atkinson's been having a year. I know I stay hating on this guy, but he got this red card.
Nope.
Correct. 100%.
Nope.
We're talking
Are you
about
kidding me?
Charlie Adam.
They both
going
slid in.
I don't know how you
That's
can
a yellow
argue this.
card.
I don't know how you can
Rooney
argue
slid
this.
in playing the ball. His studs weren't up like Adams. Adams lunges in. It's a leg breaking tackle.
Leg breaking. He was already on the ground.
Before you talk, Hussy, and try and give your opinion on this, okay? I'm gonna nip it in the bud, if you will. Horrible conditions. All right. He knows he's not gonna get. Charlie Austin knows he's not gonna get to that ball. Still goes for it. That right there in itself is reckless. And his studs were way up. Could have really injured Rooney. That's all it takes, dude. Poor conditions. You were never gonna get there. Just pull out. Just stay on your feet. You're not gonna get there.
It wasn't a threatening position, if I'm not mistaken,
What's
right?
that?
Rooney was touching the ball away from goal.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
if Rooney had got to that ball, he was heading away from goal, right?
Yeah,
It's not like it was
the ball went out for a throw-in
Yeah.
eventually. But he got there first. Charlie got there second. It was reckless, man. It
I
was
would've been
reckless.
okay
reckless
with
and
the yellow.
dangerous.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sure you
I mean-
would have been, but that doesn't mean it's correct. 'Cause you
I
would have
think it was
been okay with
correct.
the yellow.
No, they both slid in. Whatever. Man up.
Man up.
Dude, speaking of man up, Tosin out here from the Turkish league was picked up, I think, by the sporting director of Everton because they obviously switched managers this season. So Allardyce was a little unsure of this guy. Obviously backed him, started him, the same week they signed him, and then realized he needed his fitness. Took a little bit of an MIA break. Now he's fit, ready to go.
Banging
He's
in
scoring
goals.
goals, dude.
That's so weird. When they show confidence in a forward and they play him, they scores. Oh wait! Sandro
no.
Ramirez, who never got time with them, could have done the same thing, but they
Huss.
didn't give him any confidence.
This was specifically
any
different.
burn at all.
Yeah. No, Sandro, they
You got a little bit of a raw deal.
Yeah, they said they sacrificed that dude, no doubt. But Gang, they literally said, we're buying this guy to start him. He's not fitness ready for the EPL. We'll start him the first game. I think he played 60 minutes, came off huffing and puffing. They worked on his fitness for 2 weeks, and they started him, and he's scoring. So, it wasn't like Everton didn't have faith in this guy. They literally bought him and said in a headline, this guy's bought to start. Basically telling Nias and all those guys, hey, man,
Take a
sit
seat.
back. This guy's starting. When he disappeared for a couple weeks, I remember, there were articles saying, where is this guy? You signed him to bench him. But if
Price tag
literally
and
it's that,
everything.
it's that soccer amnesia. Literally they said, we're buying this guy. After the game, they said he's not fit. We're getting his fitness up. Then he's coming back.
Look, I like Nias, and I also like Calvert-Lewin.
That's
but
the man.
when you have a guy like this who's scoring goals,
You need this guy.
you have to keep him in there. He's a big physical presence. I think
He's got a little swag about him, too.
That's a
little
great
bit.
combination for a guy like Walcott. Just
Absolutely.
cross the ball into the box, you know he's gonna finish it.
Well, I'm surprised Calvin Lewin didn't get that goal. Tucson's second goal,
With his left foot.
where the ball, the
Should've
ball's
gone your left.
bouncing. He comes in, he hits it with a foot. Yeah, they cleared off the line, but he barely touch the thing. Look, he's 21 years old. He's in a good position right now. I think Nias, he's the one that's in a bad position. He's 27.
Yeah.
If he wants to ride it out with Everton, cool. But I think he could very well be gone.
You know what's gonna happen to him? I think he'll be the kind of guy to go to like Swansea or Hudders.
Yeah.
Or like the
coming to a new team that gets promoted.
Not even promoted, but the team that was like right at relegation but survived. Like West Brom next season could pick him up. You know what I mean? If they
survive.
no, not
Yeah, I was
West
gonna say,
Brom.
they're
That
not
was
surviving.
horrible.
Newcastle.
No, I think that's a little too high for him. But maybe,
Really?
yeah, maybe Stoke. If Stoke survived, I think he's Newcastle. Man,
I could see him in Huddersfield.
Newcastle.
I could.
Newcastle loves the African strikers, Demba Ba, Papis.
but they like fast and powerful. And
Nias fast and
nah, man,
powerful.
he's hardworking. He's not fast, bro.
He is, bro.
Dude.
That's what Ba
Yeah.
was. Ba wasn't fast.
He's like 85,
Dembo's
84.
He's okay.
Like, he's not like 90. He's not a roaster.
Yeah.
No tester roaster, but man can move, bro.
And now,
Maybe
how about Rooney in like the holding midfielder right there? He's played in like 4 different positions this
That's
year.
what he's wanted. That's why, like at United, everyone's like, "What's Rooney doing, moving further and further back?" He wants to be that deep line playmaker.
But the number one thing about that though, Gahi, he is
Who?
the key.
Guy?
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Gay.
Idris.
Yeah. So he's the number one part of that whole thing. Because if he's gonna be running around like crazy for Rooney just to get the ball to Rooney, that'll work.
Dude, that's the Scholes-Fletcher tandem. That's all, or the Carrick and whoever. You know, you
Dude.
pair the sprayer with the young bull. Let him run around. Give me the ball. Or Wayno and back at Merrimack.
For sure.
Wayno and Donnie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Donnie, get the ball. Give it to my foot.
For sure. Yo, real quick, now speed 74, bro.
In
Acceleration 81 in FIFA. This
Okay,
guy's
so
not
80.
fat.
What
Okay,
about
so you got the
PES?
80.
Dude, he's
What
not
about
fat.
PES?
Yeah.
PS.
PS
I'll look it up.
stats, yeah.
Let's keep
More
it
accurate.
moving. I'll look it up.
Bro, forget FIFA stats and PS stats. I trust what my eyes tell me, man.
Dude, just
Dude,
because
he
he's
can
running
move.
against slow guys. Look, man, Nias, I give him credit because he's one of those guys where he's got the gods on his side, the dribbling gods. It's not pretty. Ball bounces off his feet, but he works hard. He fights. Dude, he runs hard. There's no question. Now, I've never seen him in a foot race just leaving people behind. That's what I mean. But, like, yeah, if you're scrapping for a ball, Nias is going to be in there pushing,
He's
tugging.
one of those dudes. He gets a head of steam going, man.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Surprise you,
no,
bro.
I like
Surprise
Nias. No, I like Nias. I hate how Everton treated him. I'm glad he gets games here and there, but I don't see him staying, man. I don't
Look,
see him staying.
if Stoke actually goes down, I'm 1,000% on board for West Ham putting in a bid for Shaqiri.
Someone's picking him up, for sure.
Bash Brothers, get them back together. Come on now.
This would be
Get
different
them
now.
together.
Arnautovic will be playing center forward and Shaqiri will be on the right.
It's not
Instead-
bad.
instead of the
They'll
left.
Or put
be closer. Yeah, they'll be
Lanzini
closer.
in between them. That's a better bullion. So I'm saying more creative chances. Shaqiri, let the bids begin, because if Stoke cannot find their feet, they're going down.
How old is Shaqiri?
Shaqiri is, I believe,
Give
like
him a
27 or
little clip
something.
right there.
Can't disappear like he did in this game.
26.
He was
Wow,
not
he's
feeling the
still
cold.
so young.
Well,
man.
he's probably
Shaqiri's been
turning-
good for so long. But
So
27.
Yeah, that's not bad.
like
man.
19,
So
20
ten-
years old at Bayern.
That's priming.
He's
dude.
in the middle of his prime right
He's
now.
priming.
Yo, I feel bad for Choupo-Moting, who got the goal, but he got injured right after he
Fuck
scored.
that guy.
Yeah,
What?
Because he scored a brace against United. He just showed up for one game, dude. Scored
Nah,
a brace.
not one
game.
Destroyed us. No, showed up. I mean, he showed up for some others, but I'm saying this was a big game at Old Trafford. This dude decided to net himself a brace. I'm happy for him personally.
Okay.
Professionally, he hurt my feelings.
I
dude.
got rid of him for
Killed my club.
Zaha.
No, he's a baller. He's a
I was
baller.
about to say, I was like,
No, it's personal. No, this is all personal. It has nothing to do with his ability. I think he's a good player. But yeah, only 4 games for Premier League Matchday 31. The rest will be made up at some point during the season. Obviously, the top of the table doesn't change. It's not going to change the rest of the year. Like I said, United in second place, 65 points. Liverpool, 31 games played.
Spurs might fall out though.
Yeah, Spurs might fall out. Liverpool, the only team to have a match day 31 out of the top 6 teams. They sit with 63 points. Spurs in 4th with 61. Chelsea in 5th with 56, and Arsenal looks like they're not going to hit top 4. They're sitting in 6th with 48 points.
Going for that Europa.
Backdooring like
That's
United
right.
had to last season.
Get
man.
it in however you got to get it in,
However
kids.
you get it in.
Is that a bald spot over there? Hey, everybody.
Why you wearing a hat, Huss? You going bald?
Why are you wearing a hat? Why is that wearing a
Oh,
hat?
that's a great
all
question.
wearing
Huss. I'm over here.
I'm not going.
Not wearing a hat.
Look,
This
I'm not going
episode
bald.
of the Podcast FC show is brought to you by Hims, a new wellness brand for men. We've all seen the Wayne Rooney post-hair transplant pic, and others like it, and I think we can all agree here, not pretty, right? So Hims looks to avoid this awkward situation by helping to curb your hair loss problems proactively and discreetly, which we can all like. Why wait until you're a cue ball before you decide to make a change in the way you look? Get that hairline back from your teenage years. Hims will help you regain your confidence with the ladies or men, because ladies too. Everyone loses their hair at some point. Both sides of the table there. So without having to undergo any drastic surgical procedures or dodgy medicines that you've seen on TV, 3:30 in the morning. Will they work? Will they not work? So the solution for you guys, if this pertains to you, Hims.com, forhims.com. It's a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, sexual wellness for men. I guess it is mainly catering to men. But
look, I mean, they're not sexist. If a woman goes on there and buys something,
I'm sure any ladies out there, if you're listening, they'll do anything they can.
But the focus is on us, gentlemen.
But the best thing, the positive things about them is that Hims connects you with real doctors and medical grade solutions to treat hair loss. There's no waiting room, no awkward doctor visits. It's so easy. Just answer a few quick questions, and the doctor will review and prescribe you products, and the products will be shipped to your door. So, if you order now, our listeners will get a try a month for Hims for just $5 right now, today, while supplies last.
Right now.
See website for full details. This would cost hundreds of dollars if you went to the doctor or pharmacy, but it's not. So go to forhims.com/FC soccer. That's forhims, FORHIMS.com/FC soccer. That's again forhims.com/FC soccer.
Come on, guys, get rid of that bald spot.
What do you got to lose?
Get
Hair.
that confidence back.
No, you got to gain.
Boom. Nailed it. Love it. FA Cup quarterfinals. 4 teams left. Semi-final draw 2. Let's get into it right away. I guess we'll open up with Leicester-Chelsea, considering that was probably the tightest matchup. 2 top Premier League teams going at it. I thought Leicester was going to steal this one, but Chelsea, after extra time, wins this one 2-1. Before we get into it, what do you guys think of the no replay in the FA Cup? It's officially do or die. Well, at this stage. So they have replays earlier, but starting quarterfinals, no more replays.
They do the same thing in the League Cup, or the Carling Cup, or the
Carabao.
It's so backwards.
I love it. I love extra time. I love penalties. I love people hate on soccer because it was a draw or you have to wait. For the neutral, I'm sure they love it. Personally, I'm all for it. I love the extra time.
I completely misunderstood the question. I thought you meant VAR.
Nope.
In terms of video, I was like, okay, no, I'm with you, Al. I agree, man. Yeah, just get the game done. It's late in the season.
Right.
You don't want to add any extra games to the fixture list.
For sure.
It's just going to compile.
And it punishes the teams that go further in the tournament.
Exactly.
I mean, when it comes down to it, I think they go to penalties because, as you say, it punishes the teams as they go further on. If these teams like United, if they stayed, or Chelsea, they stayed in, or actually Tottenham, they stayed in Champions League, and then you add another game of FA, and you expect them to try to fight for top 4.
I think you forgot Man United too. If they stayed in.
No, I said I said Chelsea, United. I think United was the first one. Yeah. But when it comes down to it, that'd be too much. Look, you have managers coming out talking about the winter schedule, and then if they add in another game now, these players. Look, we love watching these players. But enough is enough when it comes down to how much they have to run. Look, they may play 1 or 2 times a week, and yes, they're professional athletes. But that toll, the way that they burn their bodies,
it lessens the quality.
Yeah,
because you don't want to play hurting themselves. You don't, because then you'll miss them for 4 to 6 months.
What up, Harry
Kane?
Kane?
Can we talk about Kasper Schmeichel?
Let's talk about this game.
Oh my God,
dude! So it's funny. I was watching the game with my wife, and she was like, obviously a big Man United fan, me being a big Man United fan. She was like,
bandwagon?
How would... Well, dude, not much of a bandwagon the last 5 years. Not much of a bandwagon.
Weeding them out. Hey. Been weeding out the garden.
That's
United.
it.
Hey, Kara, you bandwagon.
Fuck, Liverpool should buy him rather than
personal call out, right?
I like Schmeichel.
No, so we were talking about that. She was like, if United signed Schmeichel this summer, obviously assuming De Gea leaves or whatever, what would the world reaction be? Would it...
It's a step down.
Okay. Definitely. You have to.
Okay, hold on. First of all, we're talking about David De Gea.
We're not comparing.
Best in world.
No.
Look, we're not comparing the two. What we're saying is, would the signing of Schmeichel be satisfactory to United fans as like, okay, this is the next guy to succeed David De Gea. Not right away.
The only thing
you lose
would
7
help
points a
him
year
is the fact that his daddy used to play for Man United. That is the
So you don't think
only
he has
thing.
the ability to
No.
to wear that jersey?
No.
Cool.
I disagree with that. I think
Me
that
too.
he is he's completely outplayed Joey Hart because the whole
100%.
thing about Schmeichel, Joey Hart being at Man City, they had to get rid of one. They got rid of Schmeichel. It's almost like a little Shakespearean theory right there. A little story, like one comes back saying, I'm the best. He won the league.
What about Macbeth?
Huh?
You said Shakespearean. Let's get into Macbeth.
Do you
Let's go down the
do you
street.
really want to go
You
there?
never read Shakespeare.
Yes, I have. I had to.
What'd you read?
Hamlet, Macbeth. Actually, obviously Romeo and Juliet. But the thing is, like, reading puts me to sleep. So let's keep
Let's
talking
get
to
back
me.
into the Schmeichel.
Keep listening over here. But when it comes down to Schmeichel, I think this type of player, he would obviously be a downgrade from the best goalie in the world.
Everyone would.
De Gea.
Anyone would.
Everyone would be.
For 2 or 3 years until that person finds his feet.
But if you had to wait 1 or 2 years to get Donnarumma from AC, that's a guy that is a good Band-Aid.
Cool.
Especially, he's bringing tradition. He's good. He brought Leicester. Look,
sure.
Mahrez was there, Vardy did,
dude,
but he
That's
brought.
the thing. He's good. When
Okay.
I think of a Man United goalie, you better be great.
But let's
do the
for Band-Aid right now.
Real quick. De Gea wasn't. Remember all the news and the headlines when De Gea first started. He wasn't great. No one knew.
I'll tell you what
except
he was.
the scouts.
Though. He's a prodigy.
No,
I
no.
knew it was him and Courtois, the two best young goalkeepers. Everyone knew they were going to be amazing, right? De Gea has surpassed Courtois.
Those headlines didn't, man.
Yeah, because he had a couple bad games. He was still
Had a
like
bad
soft.
season,
He was
yeah.
weak.
Yeah.
He didn't have the physical strength to compete in the EPL
aerial
at the time.
balls were
Yeah,
troublesome.
he was nervous about coming out. Now his confidence is gained. So yes, at the time, but at least me, I saw the potential there. A lot of people saw the potential.
And you don't
Schmeichel,
see it in Schmeichel.
he's 31 years old. What was he is who he is at this point.
Yeah. That's a
Rather
fair
bring
point,
in a
man.
younger goalkeeper who's actually gonna, if he takes that 1 or 2 years where he's struggling, but will eventually become great.
But it depends on whether those goalkeepers are available. So again, if
Yeah.
the goalkeepers
No,
are
this
available,
was
you take those goalkeepers. But if they're not, he's
No,
a
this
good
is-
patch for 1 to 2 years.
Just keep Romero.
No,
Why not just?
I would rather have
Guys, don't freak out. This was just a hypothetical. Obviously,
Yeah.
Romero, is next in
He
line.
would slide in and be the starter, probably.
Rather have him just keep him for it as a band-aid without
Yeah,
spending
no. This
the
was
cash.
hypothetical. Like if we lost Romero,
Well,
we
you
lost our
started
whole
something.
goalkeeper staff, and they brought in Schmeichel, would you guys freak out?
Schmeichel-
And it sounds like
Schmeichel's
you
nice,
guys would
man.
freak out.
I rate Schmeichel. I like
I rate
him.
him too.
He makes. I mean, like we saw in this game against Chelsea, he made a foolish mistake. Man City made a foolish mistake, giving the ball with his feet. It's almost like he got too big for his britches in his head.
A little
and
bit.
he's trying to ball out, and it's like, dude, just do what you did in 2014-15, and everything will be okay.
Is he top 5 in
Or
England?
15-16.
No.
Top 5 in
Yes,
England? I mean, he
yes,
could go to
yes.
Liverpool, and I think that'd be...
Yup, that's an upgrade.
You know what I mean?
He's top 5 in England.
But United,
Who's
United, City, like Chelsea, I don't think he's the right fit for them as a starter.
Cool, man. That was just hypothetical. There's obviously no rumors. Well, there'll probably be rumors this summer with him repping Denmark.
Conte though getting himself an assist this game. Man, working on that long
Dude,
ball over the
how-
top.
How are they gonna boo Conte though? Why? Like there were some, obviously not the entire stadium, but there was a strong contingent of Leicester fans booing this man for the first 5 minutes of
That's
the
straight
game.
up dumb.
And then I think they escorted those motherfuckers out.
Yeah,
It doesn't
like,
make sense, dude. This
get
guy
outta
has
here.
been nothing but a workhorse, but yes, he gets an assist.
Yeah,
It's his
those-
old club.
I would
football.
not be taking a bad bet if I said Leicester doesn't win the Premier League in the next 200 years. And he was one of the crucial players that won Leicester the Premier League.
was the
So for
guy.
you to boo him, you know what? If boo anybody, it would be
Danny Franks?
no, it would be the behind the scenes type of guys. It's the managers. It's the people, the owners that
execs.
don't pay the players. Because if you gave Conte enough money, I think you could have turned his head away from Chelsea for one more year.
Maybe.
You just don't
It's
boo
hard,
guys like
yeah.
that. And Willian, of course, continuing the balling streak.
This guy, man.
Great assist to Morata, who finished the ball very cool, Henry-esque type finish. Just open up the hips, shirl it around.
Was that, I mean, it was a chip. For me, it looked like a bit of a mishit. Obviously, he was aiming for that corner, but the way it, kind of chipped, shirled, you
No
think that was
mishit.
intentional?
100%. He
Cool.
wanted to lift it and shirl it.
Cool.
It was a classy goal, man,
It
from a
was.
guy who we said has been struggling for confidence. Conte doesn't believe in him, but hey, man, he took his chance this game.
Dude, he was so relieved. He didn't even smile until maybe like 30 seconds after his celebration. First thing he did, went on his knees and just thank God. And the news came out this week. Obviously, international break is coming up, unfortunately, but all the teams are releasing their rosters. And this is sort of seen as, like, not quite cemented, but, like, guys who are on this roster called up during this window are basically the guys who are probably going to be in there. Maybe 5 or 6 of them are fighting to get that World Cup spot, but for the rest of them, they are. And Spain left off Morata. I personally don't think they'll leave him off for the actual World Cup roster. Maybe this was a warning shot for him.
But he's not fit either, though. He's still coming back from injury and everything.
Did you mention who's on it?
He's out of form. I think it's best to let him just stay in England, train, get strong again, get fit, and then be ready into the season. Yeah.
I don't see them leaving him out for the World Cup.
No. Did you mention who's on it though?
Yeah, Diego Costa.
That's the man. That's the guy that they should not have got rid of. Look, I know he brings drama.
They didn't have a choice.
He just didn't fit.
Yes, they had a choice with that dude.
No. They didn't. Him and Conte beefed from day one. Remember when Diego Costa wanted to be subbed out and Conte was like, "No, you're staying in." Obviously, that didn't end there. That beef.
That January, that's when everything really fell apart.
Absolutely.
Last
Costa is the perfect, not the perfect, but he's
Drogba was
close.
perfect.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Drogba was
He is
perfect, but he is close to being perfect for a Premier League striker.
100%. But
Physical, talented. Doesn't. I mean, he defends. He was a less creative but more physical Firmino in my mind because the way he defended.
He's an absolute beast. But when you don't get along with your boss, you leave, man. Like Ozil had to leave because he wasn't getting along with Jose. Like it happens. Your talent is never going to keep you in a position unless the owner likes you. Like Hazard could get Conte fired. Stuff like that. But like for the most part, even if you're talented, unfortunately, for us fans, your talent isn't enough to keep you at a club, and it wasn't enough for Costa.
And he's not that talented to where you have to put up with his mess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they do miss him.
But I think Morata, I think, is almost he's a sidestep. I don't know if it's an upgrade or what, but
Whoa, what is this?
You never seen that?
Tom just noticed Al's dope-ass plush.
What is that?
It's great to the bars, man. You just tell the girls, hey, touch this shirt, and they go crazy for it.
Is that cashmere?
You're welcome.
Yeah, I got him Huss.
I got a
gift from me. Yeah. I got on one of the movies I was working on, and it was there's a few different things. I was like, I like this, and I think Al came over. He's like, oh, that's awesome. I'm like, just take it, dude. And then, dude, you're wearing it great, man. It's awesome.
I gotta mention
that's a great shirt.
Wilfred Ndidi had himself a game. Leads the EPL in tackles with 125 tackles.
You know who else led the league in tackles?
Conte.
Yeah, Conte led the league, so 0.5 maybe.
Hey man, 1.5.
Ghana's gonna wake up.
Am I doing my math right?
Doesn't Arsenal need somebody in the middle winning tackles or anything?
Dude, who is talking about it?
It's not like a diss, but
no, indeed. Doesn't Arsenal need somebody that wins tackles in the middle?
Dude, we got Shaka, bro. We're good.
People are looking.
You mean right card central? I'm going to take the foot or the leg, then the ball.
Automatic yellow.
Ndidi's starting to get that quiet heat. Clubs are looking at him, especially in the EPL. I think Liverpool was one of them.
Yep,
he was looking at him. Arsenal, I wouldn't be surprised if they're taking a peek at him. This dude,
you know how old he is,
man. How old?
Give it a hint.
I'm gonna say 21.
21.
Wait,
I'm on the money.
On the money.
Yeah.
You cheated.
He's a baby. No, I mean,
wow. I'm gonna say 21.
I'm happy this dude because he struggled a bit. He definitely did. He looked like a butt, not a bust, but he looked like someone that.
A what? Say a butt. I think you said a butt, right?
A bust. I said bust.
Look, at first he looked like a bust, but you know what? When it comes down to it, he's really coming. I mean, look, he's 21 years old. He's really unfolding in front of our eyes.
It's the second year, bro. Look at Morata. His first year Blues, right? Wait until the second year to really begin judging.
That's when you know, yeah.
But then again, with Morata, he didn't have the Blues at Juventus. A little bit at Real Madrid, I guess.
But again, this is the EPL. That's why I always say you give him credit for, or you give him a little bit of leeway for the first year EPL. It's very different from La Liga. It's not to say, EPL's the best, even though I think it is, but like
physical, bro.
Yeah, man, and it's so fast.
I mean, anyway, Morata gets the goal, but like we always say, no Vardy, no party. This guy gets his equalizer.
It's a scrap of a goal.
A scrap of a goal. Goal's a goal.
I'll take it.
Tied it up. Ended up going to extra time, like we were saying earlier, and it took a man of 5'5" stature to head the ball into the net. Harry Maguire didn't see him stealing behind. Casper had to have called for it. Because Harry Maguire, you see him duck out of the way almost. He's got keeper's got it.
Why is he coming for that against, like you said, a guy who's 5'5"?
And he did. Pedro didn't even get power on that header. No. He just let it hit his head and realized the goalie was coming out. Mm-hmm. That's it. It would have been a nice, comfortable catch for Schmeichel. Unfortunate for Leicester, man. But although I don't think they deserve this. I think Chelsea quietly deserved it. This could have gone into PKs, and it would have been a fair result. I would have liked
to see PKs.
Yeah, I would have loved to. But like Chelsea, for the most part.
You know, it was a goal off of a mistake.
Yeah, I would have loved to see Leicester because it just what they're doing the last 3 years is just fun. Because you don't see a team do what they do.
Yeah.
And it might be the last time that they do it because Mahrez is about to be gone.
Yeah, it's winding
And then Maguire, look, we just talked about him ducking his head and everything. He's 25 years old. In the next year or two, he really has to look in the mirror and say, what do I want to do in my career? Because he needs to leave Leicester. No, honestly. Because if Mahrez leaves, where's Leicester?
Dude, he doesn't
Especially when, Vardy is, 31 years old? 31 years old. So in 2 years, he's 33. Vardy's going to lose his speed. Then what? I mean, Ndidi's probably going to be gone if he keeps up the tackling. And then Maguire really has to look. I'm like, dude, where am I going?
Leicester's got good scouts. If I didn't see them consistently bring in new talent that translated to the EPL,
but at 25 years
concerned.
At 25 years old, he's one of the prominent, not young, but up and coming defenders.
He could break into the England squad.
Dude, I think he's doing fine. He's performing well. Just let him be.
Just 2 years, yeah. I mean, 2 years. He's
next year, probably last year with Leicester. But I'm saying is he'll be 26 going to 27, saying, "Where am I going to be? I'm looking at Liverpool. Am I looking like an Everton type of thing?"
He wants to be playing more than anything.
Well, look, I mean, Pep definitely gave him props, right? Like that sends everyone scouts, sort of looking over. Yeah, Pep said he wanted him at Man City.
I love Harry Maguire.
But like, you know,
Hull City represent.
He said the same thing about Johnny Evans
next to Robinson.
You know, so it's like, is he saying it?
Just flattering.
Exactly.
If Liverpool got Maguire and Robertson, then Van Dijk, and fill in whoever at right back.
I think Maguire would be good. You would need Van Dijk to level up even more because Maguire is in a good like B kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like Vidic and Ferdinand. Like Ferdinand didn't have to try that much harder to like Vidic would bring up his own weight. I think Maguire. I don't know if he's world class, but like it's a good signing.
Well, we're talking about Liverpool here.
With the clause, I mean Liverpool might be going for Toby. So he would actually be less money.
Everyone needs to sign
less
Toby.
money.
That's a guy.
Everyone needs to sign Toby. Speaking of Toby, Swansea 0, Tottenham 3. TCB game here. I see no Kane, no problem.
Son Heung-min.
He's the man.
He leads the line.
Now you guys come around.
Oh no, I was kind of happy.
He didn't get a goal or didn't get an assist or anything, but he led that line like a pro. And
false
nine. False nine. Spurs put out a strong squad. Like United put out a strong squad. It's all that they really have to play for. Chelsea did the same. Eriksen with the 2 goals, and then Lamela back in the mix now gets a goal and an assist. So
look, the number one thing
performance from the B squad, and they had Sissoko and Eric Dyer in the holding midfield position. So
my boy Lucas Moura.
That was interesting to see. Give Dembele a little bit of a rest.
The number one thing about Son that I always said, especially when we're talking about fantasy, was
fast.
that. He is fast, but is he going to play? Finally, he's playing. Because I said that even this summer. He needs to play. He is the starting winger. He is that good. He can be that good. He's not going to be top. He's not going to be top 10, top 20 in the world, but he's going to be one of the top players in England if he plays every single week.
Man's got end product. You know, and this is a little bit out there, but I look at a guy like Suso on AC Milan. Right winger, used to play for Liverpool. Very technical, smart player, no end product whatsoever. It's either an extra dribble or a crap ball into the box. Son is the guy, in terms of technique, they're very similar, but he's got end product to his game. Left foot, right foot, passing, scoring. He seems to have the confidence now and also the ability to finish.
So with Son, and you say that Suso, where he may not have the best moves. He may not have the best shot. He may not have the best, but he makes do with what he's got. So there's too many times when we coach, we tell the kids to don't make this game too difficult.
Yeah.
You can dribble, you can shoot, you can pass. That's all you can do with the ball.
Fast.
If you kick the ball, that's mindless. That's senseless.
Better defend.
That's brainless. But with Son, he does his job with maybe fewer moves. He does it with a little less speed. He made maybe he does it with a worse shot. But at the same time, he gets the job done because he just keeps it efficient.
Dude,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I saw an interesting article about Son in that by 2020, 2 years from now, he's turning 26 or 28. Well, and by then, as a South Korea citizen, you have to serve 2 years in the military. So Son might have to put his career on pause to go to serve. But there have been exceptions.
There's an exception every
the
rule.
Requirement, semifinal for World Cup. Semi-final for Asia Cup, which is next year after the World Cup. Obviously, I don't think they're going to send this guy to the military, even if they don't do it. But
there's more exceptions than that. I read
for sure.
I read that type of story last summer because it was very interesting. I was like, wow, these type of players were actually going to have to serve. And when it came down to it, I read the same type of thing.
Yeah.
I'm like,
there's plenty of exceptions, but it's interesting.
But at the same time, like, don't tell me this guy's going to have to leave the league just when he gets his feet. He's not going to leave.
That would be some
because you know what, though? When it's all
so
said and done, he can pay probably some sort of fine. He can probably pay his way out of it. Because if he's making the money that he is in Premier League, all right, fine. $2 million, $5 million, you don't have to come over.
I'm just going to say how many players are in the EPL, South Korean players, what, 2 or 3? He's clearly representing, quote-unquote,
the best Asian player in the world. He won the award.
Okazaki.
Nah, he won the award. Okazaki didn't win the award.
Well, he should have.
No, he shouldn't have.
I don't know. Well, Okazaki's the man.
Hey, just because he works hard.
Okay, and he has the best goal celebration ever.
No, he doesn't.
Yes,
the best goal celebration is either Aubameyang or Rat King.
Nope.
Lingard, he's got dope celebrations.
Nope. Okazaki.
Dude,
he's just filled with joy. He's like, yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to win this battle.
Nope.
So Spurs are through to the semifinal. And they're going to face Man United, who beat Brighton 2-0. United putting out a strong squad, but the drama continues, man. Jose Mourinho this week, 12-minute monologue about who Man United has been for the last 7 years.
Heritage football.
Where they going. Okay. And he names in that speech, I watched the whole thing, he names particularly for top performers. At some point during his speech, he says, you know, there are only a few top players, and I'm paraphrasing, there are only a few top players at United right now. He says Lukaku, Matic, and obviously De Gea. Leaving out
Pogbeezy.
The 2 most expensive players, obviously Sanchez came in for free, but obviously we know his value. Leaving out Pogba and Alexis Sanchez, and coincidentally doesn't start them for this game, chooses to sub on Fellaini and Rashford, leaving these 2 on the bench.
It's about time he benched Sanchez, man. This guy's been playing.
He's sending a message.
He's been playing since he came in, and I haven't yet to see him play a good game consistently, which is fine because he's new. He needs a full preseason, and I'll judge him on next season. But if a guy's not playing well, I don't care what his rep is or his abilities. Get him out. We have people on the bench that can easily fill in that position for a game or 2.
What about Luke Shaw as well?
Getting
a big start this game.
Hooked at halftime.
Yanked at halftime. It's not looking good for the youngster. I know, he's been injured. Hasn't really
he's
broken
4
into
years
the squad,
in.
but
He's 4 years in. It's do or die.
Let's
I
not
don't think it's about this Man U life.
He's only 22. Let's not forget. So there's plenty of time for him to develop.
And that's the worst thing, man. So now the rumors are coming out saying he should go to Tottenham, and it should be some kind of swap deal. Danny Rose for Luke Shaw. But Danny Rose as well has been a guy the last, 18 months? He hasn't seen many games. Yeah. He's also consistently prone, like Nathaniel Klein as well at Liverpool.
Spoke too soon about leaving.
I think Danny Rose would be an upgrade on Luke Shaw just because for consistency purposes. As far as obviously being more consistent, which I just said. But Luke Shaw's kind of a moron. Like tactically, Jose's always yelling at him. He's always out of position. He's incredible going forward with the ball. Love watching this kid attack the field. Defensively, he's so suspect. And I think that United and Jose is a worse environment for him than it would be with Pochettino and Spurs. I think he'd develop better and maybe.
But that's what frustrates me is that we're going to send him to Spurs. He's going to be a quality player, or maybe not. But let's say he does pan out into a quality player. It's like, here's another talent we gave away.
More patient. But either way, whether you bring in Danny
4
Rose
years,
or
patience.
you keep Luke Shaw, are either of them an upgrade on Ashley Young? Because this guy's about this life.
Ashley Young's doing well. He's a James Milner. He's James Milner.
He is, bro.
0.5. 0.5. Not 2.0. 0.5.
I think he should be on the World Cup squad.
Yes.
He got called up. He got called up.
It's a new thing that we're seeing. We're not new, but James Milner, Delph, Ashley Young. You take a midfielder that runs all day. put him at the back where he's able to go forward, because now that we're seeing wing backs having to go forward and showing more ability in taking players on and crossing the ball, most outside backs, I mean, they can do it, just not as well. So this is a
quality delivery.
That's what I'm saying. Where
my God.
if you James Milner and Ashley Young are two of the best crossers in my mind in England.
Look,
they cross the ball
legit.
legit.
About that boy KDB. Kevin.
No. I'm talking about
English players.
Yeah, English players.
Okay.
I'm also talking about players that find themselves in the fringe a little bit.
Okay.
But real quick, just to touch on the Sanchez and Pogba thing again, that means nothing to me for the fact that he's calculated. Jose is the most calculated manager in the world, not just with tactics, but when it comes to words. He's playing Brighton in FA Cup. Obviously, this is the type of game that you send a message. You think he didn't know what he was doing by saying those three players? Because he puts Pogba and Sanchez. He probably looked at them and goes, pointing at them. Young, you go in. Then right away.
Huss. For sure, absolutely. Just like when he benched Pogba against Huddersfield, and that's when McTominay started getting his run of games a few months ago.
Kid's a baller.
The point isn't, is this like a coincidence or is this brave by Jose? The point is, will this be cleaned up by the summer to where Jose's getting what he wants and the players are getting what they want? That's the scary part. Not necessarily that Jose's doing this. It's like, what are the players' response going to be? And he said in that conference, some players respond. Every player to develop to be the best needs pressure. Some players respond to that pressure. Some players are young. You don't know if they're going to make it or they're not going to make it. There's two options. So he's very, like my complaint about him, he's very like black and white about his responses. I'm going to put pressure on you. I'm going to tell the world that I think you suck right now. And you can either fold or you can show up.
Sink or swim. And you know what? I think Lukaku's responding to that pressure. Even if he doesn't get a goal or an assist, he's playing well. He's making himself about. And he came out the other day and he was like, look, some players were hiding in that loss you guys took in the Champions League against Sevilla.
They were.
I think he was talking about Pogba a little bit. I think he was talking about Alexis as well in terms of the stars who were hiding.
Sure. You know what? He said the same thing about the Brighton game. Like in the midfield, he said after the Sevilla game, he spent 2 days working on midfield, moving the ball around, building the attack in the midfield.
And he said, glad he's finally working on that.
I couldn't
He spent 2 solid days on it, post Sevilla. And he said everything that we worked on went out the window in the game, which leaves him frustrated.
Yeah.
And he said he accepted the risk of losing the dressing room after the game because he lambasted every single player. Even McTominay, he said, "Hey, this is the worst game you've ever played, ever. You only played a handful, but this is the worst game." But he was positive about it. But because he likes McTominay. McTominay didn't shirk from the pressure.
Yeah, he said McTominay, this is the worst game you've ever played, but you did the basics of what I expect from a footballer. So McTominay was scrapping, getting stuck in, not getting pulled out of defensive position. If all your passes are going wayward and being intercepted, the least you can do, like Tom and I always say, and I'm sure plenty of people say it as well, the least you can do is show some effort, some
win the ball back. If you lose the ball, you get it back.
Just run, cover your space, cover your zone. Fine, you're giving up interceptions every 2 passes. Cool, but don't make a defensive error. Don't make a defensive hole, and that's what Jose said to him.
So, a couple things. One, Valencia. I'm surprised he didn't say Valencia in that. I think No, what I'm saying is Valencia in general. Okay. You can't get much better as a right back than Valencia in my mind. So when you talk about world class, if Matic is world class in Jose's mind, I think Valencia should be world class. That's how much I rate him as a right back. You can't get much better than him.
I think they just carry different pressure.
Yeah.
You got.
The way he goes up the field.
Lukaku with the pressure of not scoring or scoring, De Gea with the pressure of keeping the balls out, and Matic with the pressure of holding the team together in the spine. Yeah. Where if you're on the wings, it's like you do your job. Everyone knows Antonio does his job.
When was the last?
I think he's sturdy though.
When was the last time you saw a player beat Valencia?
It rarely happens.
It never. That's what I'm saying. So defensively, he's world class. Then he goes up and he surprises you with the goal.
But there's not a lot of pressure on him. Is the thing.
In my mind, Valencia easily top 10 in the world.
Fair enough.
Right back.
Okay.
Easily top 10. We can start having arguments whether he's top 5 or not.
Okay, next.
But
what's number 2?
Okay, number 2. You made me lose my train of thought. Oh, so Jose, we talked about before. He has the 3-year rule. First year, he builds it.
He doesn't have it.
No.
He doesn't have it.
No.
People have it on him.
People, yes, on owners, him. Yeah. Where the second year is when he wins, third year when he destructs. This is the second year. He's looking for FA Cup right now. Not League, not Champions League, not Europa like last year.
It only happened twice, and everyone's losing their fucking hats over there.
So, But if this continues next year,
I remember Man U fans talking about the beginning of the season, second year, Jose's second year.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Of course,
Look,
we were. Honestly,
this happened at Real Madrid with some of the biggest personalities in the world, and they couldn't handle being called out. That's why it fell apart. It's not like he purposely destructed. These strong personalities, they don't like being criticized.
Hazard. It happened to Hazard.
Hazard,
when
same
was
thing
the
at
only
Chelsea.
one playing. He was like, Hazard, you suck. Hazard, you suck. Hazard, you suck. Like all year. And Hazard didn't step up. The only person who played for him was Willian. Everyone took a nap that year. So that's the danger with Jose. Like, you're going to get the best out of players, and you're also going to get the worst because he's so black and white. He doesn't give a fuck.
Because he's like, I'm not changing my way. Like, I know my method.
And the cool thing in that speech, he was saying, or in that press conference, he was saying, dude, the United board has my back. The fans don't have my back.
Woodward, he just named straight up.
He named all the guys who have his back, and that's the most important. Like, obviously, you want to make the fans happy, and Woodward and them want to make the fans happy. But I don't think this is a crisis. Of course, we crashed out to Sevilla, but if you listen to what we've been doing the last 5 years, dude.
Ugh. But
it's been awful.
Just ugly to watch.
Number one,
for sure.
Yeah, but the number one thing you have to realize is that when Jose says all of that in the press conference, he's giving a reality check to the fans. Because if you take out the 20 years of Fergie, you're pretty much not an Everton. You're a little bit above an Everton. So I'm saying if you take out that one manager and his time, so once he's gone, in the last 7 years since he's been gone, you've won a Europa.
Dude, we won 5 trophies.
You won more than Liverpool.
No, that's not the point. The point is that you're we're the best. We're the best team in the world. We're the most popular team in the world.
No. The only point is that United hasn't won a Prem. That's it. But like, we don't need to win Champions League. We only want 2.
It's a reality check for the fans, and I think Jose needed to say that to the fans.
Definitely. But like, if Jose wins a Premier League, all this goes dead. Champions League, whether he doesn't win a Champions League, if he wins the Prem, all this criticism goes dead.
But
of course, United wants to win.
As soon as he wins the Prem, then all of a sudden the shift becomes Champions League.
Yeah, but as long as he's doing work in the Prem, he buys himself that time. It happened to Fergie. Fergie would win a title, and they say, okay, next year we focus on Champions League. We crash out, but we're still competing for the title, so fans are satisfied. The bottom line is United has to be by match day 35, has to be within striking distance of first, if not first, or the fans are freaking out.
But when we're talking about United trying to progress past City and an upcoming Liverpool and then a Tottenham that's frightening and a Chelsea if they find their way again. But when it comes down to United, if players see Jose fucking with these players like he is, with their brains, do they say, I want to go to United?
Yes.
It's all about winning.
But not the top.
It's all about winning. Yeah, winning.
But again, does Dybala want to go now?
They're going to see United in second place.
No, but they're not winning.
They're going to see United
FA?
We'll see the FA Cup. Let it go on now.
They're going to see United in second place, the best position they've been in since 2013.
Or third.
Right now, they see them in second place. They see them. We just found the Champions League. We're going to qualify for Champions League next year. This is a team that's won trophies in the past 2-3 years.
This is our highest finish in 4 years, by the way.
We're still winning trophies. We're still qualifying for Champions League now, comfortably.
United can attract.
The ship has been steadied, and that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, but we're running out of time, Huss. I admit with you, we're running out of time. United probably has another 2 years of mediocre performance before players start to be like, okay, I guess that was a dream.
Double-edged sword. We always talked about Griezmann's coming in because Agent P. Guess what? Agent P also talks to those players about how shitty it might be at United.
For sure. Absolutely.
So that's where it's a...
That's why Jose, when he leaves, is a vacuum at a club. A club usually takes a step or two back when Jose leaves. It just takes time to recover from his leadership.
By the way, I think that happens with all great managers, if you really think about it. Like, once they leave, there should be a vacuum. If there's no vacuum,
I just mean like an extra big vacuum. Out of the managers at his level, he leaves the biggest vacuum.
Like Inter.
But I think he's changing his approach at United in a lot of ways, especially with he's setting them up because he's not going to stay there for 10 years. Yeah. I think we all know that. Yeah, but he's going to set them up so when he does leave, there's a lot of youth players working in there. Pogba, if he stays, he'll be under 28. Lukaku will be under 28. De Gea will be under 30. You know, he's going to be a strong core of players that are going to have that winning mentality back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
De Gea won't
he's setting them up for the future. You know, so I don't think the vacuum will be too bad.
If Pogba stays.
Let's keep it moving here for the last one. We're talking Wigan 0, Southampton 2.
Got to keep this one moving.
Expected win for Southampton here.
Irony. Is Southampton going to pull a Wigan when they won the FA?
Stop it.
and got relegated.
No.
So is this irony right now?
Wigan.
Is this
Wigan.
am I Wigan
playing-
or is this going to happen?
All right, I'm gonna answer your question.
They had Ronald Zigic.
But
I'm gonna answer your question.
Just saying.
Southampton's playing Chelsea. Chelsea knocked out of Champions League. Chelsea out of top 4. No chance for silverware this year, except the FA Cup. They're playing Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Southampton, look, try as they may, I think Chelsea's just too desperate for silverware this year, and they'll knock them out.
Wigan was the last team to win the FA
for sure,
and
they
get
were.
relegated. Southampton probably going to get relegated. So if they win the FA, it's just like
dude. Yeah,
it's just a quick little fun fact right now.
Yo, out of all these teams remaining, I want Southampton to win.
Teams remaining: Man
Here
United.
goes Cedric.
Man United versus Tottenham. Chelsea versus
Forster.
Southampton in April. FA Cup semi-final. Both games being played at Wembley. So technically, Tottenham have a home game, even though it's listed as a United home game. It'll be interesting.
We'll see if Spurs is about this life. What are you about, Spurs? Are you about this championship? You about lifting trophies? Or are you about playing well for the majority of the season and then crashing and burning out?
Terrible stuff, man.
I mean-
Absolutely terrible.
Look, when it comes down to it, if Charlie Austin comes back to Southampton, they have a chance at FA Cup.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Kappa Kits for Wigan. Great to see
Dig
this.
that.
Great
Kappa's
to see
still
this.
alive,
I love
huh?
it.
Trying to hold on.
This episode of the Pucks FC show is also brought to you by Health IQ. Health IQ is an insurance company that helps health-conscious people like runners, cyclists, weightlifters, and vegetarians get lower rates on their life insurance. All right, so this is obviously very important if you have a high chance of mortality rate in your rock climbing or whatever you do for activities. Obviously, you put more miles on the clock, but you're in shape. But it's just a way to cover your end in case your family is left behind without you. So to see if you qualify, get your free quote today at healthiq.com/FC or mention the promo code FC when you talk to a Health IQ agent. Okay? So get online, go to healthiq.com/FC to learn more and get a free quote.
Boom. Thank you. Real quick before we wrap the show up, guys, Champions League quarterfinal draw happened earlier this week. We got Barcelona versus Roma, Sevilla versus Bayern Munich, Juventus versus Real Madrid, and like we said earlier, Liverpool versus Man City.
Of course, Barca get Roma.
Of course. Yeah, seriously.
There's always this fugazi with Barca, man. They draw the easiest teams out of the round.
I would have loved to see.
But they got Chelsea early, right?
I would have loved. Get out of here. I would have loved a Madrid Barcelona right there. Boom.
Why? Why do you want to kill those
I don't wanna do
matchups?
that.
El Clasico final?
Yeah.
That'll be
That'd
dope.
No, not final.
Just to see
Just
Messi versus
quarterfinal.
CR7 probably for the last time.
Yeah, I'd like to see
CR7
that.
trying to get a hat trick of Champions League
If
titles
anybody could
in
take down
Messi's
Barca,
face.
it is Madrid, though.
It is, of
You
course.
know?
It is Madrid. I mean,
You know what? I actually look. I disagree with that.
with what?
The fact that if anyone could take down Barca, it's Madrid. Just because I think Barca has owned them in the league, so they have the psychological edge.
Don't matter.
They're
The
undefeated
Champions
in
League,
It
Real
is
Madrid
different.
owns Champions. That's the
CR7
difference.
owns Champions.
That's the difference,
That's
dude.
really
It's
what
on
it
their
is.
shoulders.
In a weird way, I would almost want Barcelona before Man City. Look, I know Liverpool lost and won, but I just want to see that match because of the whole Coutinho thing
Dude.
and the Suarez thing. It's like, let's go. Let's
Dude.
do this.
Oh,
I
so
want
what matchup?
Liverpool, Barcelona. I wish I saw that.
Well, Barcelona's defense is not what it used to be. I know, as far as I can't even speak.
Salah?
Solidification, solid-wise, not really that solid. And with the attacking threat that
Okay, they're not like,
Liverpool pose,
Then
they're
it's
not
also
Puyol solid, right? But like, bro,
I'm saying they're going through a transition. They're trying to find Sergio Roberto.
Titi's been doing
Titi.
work.
I'm just saying.
PK has
we
stepped
we
his
would
game
see
up
real
this
quick if
year.
Robinson's about this life.
Oh yeah, no, we would, and he wouldn't be.
I don't know. I got
Bro.
faith in that kid.
This Barca team, I think this is one of those special Barca teams. The way Messi's playing too. Are you kidding me? What he did to Azpilicueta, bro, and he beat like two people.
No, it's a Barcelona team. It's a
Man,
normal
was
Barcelona
outrageous.
team. I don't think it's special.
This is normal.
No,
undefeated
special.
in
No,
the league to this
special
point?
was when Suarez went there with Neymar and Messi, and they broke records upon records upon records.
Okay, well
that was special.
They're undefeated in the league to this point.
Yeah,
They're invincible.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but-
so it's special because now we can look back on their achievements, right? But I'm just calling it right now as it's happening. If this streak continues, bro, like Arsenal's been outrageous this year.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll give that one. But it's just, for me, with Dembele getting hurt.
Coutinho as well.
Yeah.
Dembele. You have an aging Iniesta who's still class.
Oh,
Suarez is still there.
Would you buy right now
Rakati.
Iniesta for 80 million?
No.
I don't know.
Too much.
Iniesta right now?
I don't know.
He's winding
What
down.
do you call him?
If I could have Iniesta for 3 more years, it would be tough to not.
There's no
That's the
guarantee.
thing. Does he have 3 years in his legs?
That's a Liverpool purchase, right? That's why you guys stay losing money. Oh, Iniesta, 34,
no, he's
80 million.
he's the last piece of the puzzle type of player.
Last pizza. All right.
There's Fat Huss making an appearance subconsciously.
Dude, in some other world
You're hungry
news-
though. Fat Tom, here he comes.
Starving, Doug, I'm starving.
Hungry Tom.
We got to go in on a meatball sub, bro.
Oh, extra large.
In some world news,
Hey.
RB Leipzig takes down Bayern Munich. It means nothing because Bayern Munich's still sitting 66 points on top. Schalke, the closest team behind him, with 49. So
Tell you what it does
it's
mean.
not even a real league.
Naby Keita, Liverpool fans should be excited about that. And also means Timo Werner will be getting stolen and going to Bayern Munich next season.
Sure, Bayern Munich, maybe Liverpool.
Nah.
Stop it.
Yeah,
About
no,
that
he,
life.
Keita,
you have to sit Firmino then.
Keita got himself a goal and an assist here. Good day for him. Real quick to Serie A, Icardi. Thought we should shout this dude out. There's something special happening in Serie A right now. This dude scores his 100th goal for Serie A in 180 games. That's an incredible return, man, especially playing for Inter, who's not at the top of their historical presence. At halftime, the dude scored 3 goals before halftime. I mean, really about this life.
Bro, he's been captain of Inter since he was like 22, 23.
Dude, he's really about this life, and I think this summer we're going to see a move for him. He's just producing too much. There have been quiet rumors every summer, and every summer they get louder and louder, but now, I mean, this dude is absolutely out of control. At halftime, he puts on a special pair of 100-goal commemorative boots. Very happy for him, man.
Oh, and don't forget, I mean, like we said, Inter's not at their strongest, but this is with only 2 seasons in Europe. So this is mainly just league play. Domestic cups, he has 93 goals in the league alone in 149 games.
Clinical.
And he's 3 seasons over 20. 16 and 9. This guy he puts the ball in the net.
It's almost like Harry Kane numbers, dude. 3
Yeah.
seasons in a row over 20. Unfortunately, this guy plays in a league that doesn't get as much media heat. But obviously, us hardcore soccer fans have been hearing this dude's name for the last 2-3 years. And, man, it's time for him to move, dude. Go to Spain.
It'll be good to
Maybe
see him in the World Cup. If he can pop off in the World Cup for Argentina.
Look,
will
he's
he
doing
be
good.
nice? Will he translate to another league?
But that's the risk you have to take, man. You can be one of those guys who stays in your league for your whole life. Sure, man. He'll be a beast in Serie A. But my point is, does the footy world give a fuck if you're that good at Serie A? And right now, no. In the 90s, hell yeah, he'd get his props. If he wants to prove he's about this life, he's got to go to Spain or come to England.
So it's probably. Would you rate
or Germany? Bayern.
Would you rate Serie A as the third best league in the world?
That's not a league. No, it's 4th. But officially.
No, but would you?
No.
Would I rate it?
Look, this year,
third best league in the world.
No.
This year I might, because there's a bit of parity in there. But
Super League of Chinese.
For the most part, no. For the most part, no, man. They're 4th or 5th, maybe even battling with League 1. And lastly, Michy Batshuayi. Dude, this guy needs to convert German citizenship. Don't come back to England, bro. Stay at Dortmund. They just lost Pierre-Emerick. Make a name for yourself. They go 2 or 3 years. Make sure you're solid enough to move to your next club and boot dudes out of position.
Man scoring heel flicks out here. Like, he's on fire. I told y'all about Michy Batshuayi. He is Batman. He just needed a play. Lots of people in here, were like, nah, I don't think he's
Nah, it's more like Batgirl.
His touch
Batgirl because he couldn't handle the EPL.
Dude.
All this stuff about him, man.
Catwoman.
On the little stage.
Bro, he did not get the
He's
chance.
the Penguin.
And that's what people say. That's what people say, man. Yo,
keep going.
In the EPL, he's the Joker.
The Riddler?
Yeah, everyone's laughing at him.
I'll tell you. You said he's the Penguin?
Yeah, he's the Penguin. With the umbrella.
That's a good one.
Dane DeVito.
That's a good one. He was so ugly in that movie, bro.
He was scary looking.
Eating fish right away.
Nah, he's Batman. He's Batman, bro.
Okay, the troll toll.
He's the real deal.
No, Salah is the Batman.
Let the man play.
I'm the Batman.
Salah, with the risk of being sacrilegious, is Allah.
Wow, I'm not going there.
He's got.
I was like, I would never touch that. Dude, straight up, Batshuayi needs to convert his citizenship, bro.
Just stay in Dortmund.
Hey, is this racist?
Yes.
What? Jesus.
I mean, if you have to ask.
This is a new segment on the Pucks FC show called "Is This Racist?" So
I like that.
during Batshuayi's time in Belgium, he won what was called the Ebony Shoe Award, and it's awarded to the Belgian football, given to the best African or African origin player in the Belgian Pro League.
Yeah, I mean that's a little weird. That's a little
Ebony
weird award.
Shoe.
That's a little weird award.
Is it racist? I don't know. You guys
Leave
in the comment section.
It's racial.
Racial. Heavy. It's a heavy racial.
Racist.
Yeah, it's separatist.
You couldn't call like the African continent
but equal.
super trophy or something.
I'm staying out of it because I know Tom's gonna say something about me.
Bro, because you
All
say racist.
I don't say racist.
You impersonate a Zimbabwean accent like, yeah, man.
No.
It wasn't Zimbabwe.
No.
It was Jamaican.
No, but
I
that's
was
the
trying.
thing.
I
Like,
was
he was
trying
trying
to
to
do
do a
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwean
I was
accent.
trying to do Zimbabwe. I just am bad at accents.
All right. Anyway, before we get ourselves in trouble here, thank you for listening, guys. We appreciate it. Check out our website. We got all kinds of gear going up the next couple of weeks. Also, give us a review on iTunes. That goes a long, long way. Some of you have been doing it. Some of you have just been cheap bastards.
Come on, step your game up.
Come on, man. It's just simple text. If you guys use any kind of podcast software, there's a link somewhere in there to review.
Stitcher.
We even put review links in the show description, so you don't even have to go and hunt for it. Just click it real quick. Give us some stars, preferably 5. If not, tell us why. And we appreciate your support, guys.
Even something easier. Just share our the podcast on Facebook. All you have to do is share and share with friends. Tell your friends about us. Listen to us.
Tell your mama.
Tell your brother. Tell your sister. Tell your daddy.
Tell Ben Yedda.
Tell your neighbors.
The man who crashed Man United out of the Champions League. Well done, Ben Yedda. Back in the brace.
Oh, he was wonderful.